kill 8 Dragoons of your own.
And still we see Stork hanging out in his base. Definitely wants to play these cards close to his chest. You know, we still saw those gateways down, so I gotta imagine that he's gonna stick to the ground. And you're thinking he's not gonna go DTs with all these guys? You were just gonna see one?
Oh no, I mean he's already got his robotics facility. It's possible that he might go. It's too late for that. I mean he knows that once you see a shuttle out, you know that they've got a robotics facility, and it doesn't really cost that much to put down an observatory. So they're going to get observers pretty soon anyways. So now, I mean, I think Stork just wants to play it a little bit safe and sort of use this economic lead that he's gained to, you know, if he attacks right now, he's got a lead of a couple of Dragoons. If he attacks in a couple minutes, he could have maybe a whole, well, not a whole control group, but maybe 5 or 6 Dragoons additionally. You know, plus he wants to get his Reavers into the mix because you know, without the Reavers, a Dragoon versus Dragoon match could go either way, but, you know, Reavers really make the difference in that fight, or Templar, and he's already setting down his Citadel of Adun to get his Templar archives, so Storms are probably going to be out a little bit earlier for him as well.
And we saw Horang2 there sort of, I don't know, on the fence about whether or not to send that shuttle. Maybe he was doing a little scouting with the shuttle, but he has observers out already, so I don't know. He got cold feet and decided to run all the way back home. And, you know, I guess that was probably the right decision to do because Stork has got all those avenues sewed up already. We saw the Dragoons floating in the bottom of his base, and Horang2's got to know that at this point in the game, Stork saw his one Reaver, and he's just going to put Dragoons everywhere. And so still, both players sort of building up in the base, and I like Stork's defense and his you know, mass goon strategy so far a little bit better than I like Horang2's catch-up game. But, like you said, Dragoon battles can go either way sometimes.
Yeah, and I mean, at this point, it's a little bit evened out. He's now getting down several more gateways, 4 more gateways, I think, to kind of even it up. Stork had a little bit of advantage in terms of gateway count. But you know, now that once these gateways come up, it's going to be pretty much even. Horang2's got his 2 Reavers built. I'm sure Stork has you know, 1 or 2 Reavers ready to go, so pretty even armies right now. It looks like still no upgrades for Stork. I'm not sure where Horang2 is on it. Yeah, no upgrades for him as well. But you know, later on it's just going to come down to upgrades. It's going to come down to Reavers. You know, how lucky people are getting the Reaver hits, and really Psystorm. The first Templar, it looks like, just walked out of that gateway for Stork. Not sure if he has any, if he has researched Storm yet, but
oh, I saw one DT.
Yeah, he is bringing a DT around.
I would imagine that he's going to send that DT out and maybe do a little scouting with it, take out, you know, an errant probe that he finds along the way. And we saw Stork sort of head north from his base and look at an expansion and maybe think about it. It looks like he's got a probe there. You know, do you think that he's just going to go base happy?
I don't know. I mean, it's a tenuous situation right now. You know, obviously observers are on the field, and wow, he is going for another base. That's a pretty aggressive play there by Stork, and he feels like he has the army, so he's also going to be pushing out at the same time. You know, just having that 400 mineral difference might be, you know, that's a couple more Dragoons that might go into this battle, but he thinks that Storm is going to be the key. Oh no, Horang2 once again losing his shuttle. That's 2 Reavers that were in there. 3 Reavers altogether so far in this match, and he is way behind right now. Losing those 2 Reavers, he is going to have to run all the way back to his base. It takes a long time for those Reavers to build, and you know, they do a lot of damage. I think he might as well just start switching to Templar now and research Storm. He's actually gone ahead and made Archons out of the first Templar that he got, which is an interesting decision. And wow,
Oh,
that DT is going to be able to sneak in late game and get 3 or 4, 5, maybe 6 kills, who knows, before it's finally cleaned up by Horang2. And nice late game push in there with a DT. Storm going all over that first line of Zealots before they're even able to get to the Dragoons. And the only thing Horang2 has going for him in this battle is the high ground advantage, and that's not going to be enough against that many Dragoons, I think. Dragoons are streaming up that ramp and are meeting up with Horang2's forces, and it looks like his entire army is going to be wiped out right here. Geez, I just realized that once again we forgot to split the video. I was like, oh, we need to split the video. 3 minutes too late. Anyways, that's alright. However, I don't know why, but Stork finally decided to stop this push. There's absolutely no reason for him to. Horang2 doesn't have any army to stop that force that's out in the middle of the map. I guess Stork just wants to play it a little bit safe and wait for this next wave of reinforcements before he finishes the game.
And I've really got to agree with his approach there. The slow and steady Protoss is generally the stronger, player. And just unfortunate that Horang2 decided that he would send his dropship through the the mid-north section.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he needs to keep it with his army. That's just like mechanics, and he is a young player, so I'm expecting that these sorts of things are going to get better in the near future for him, because he's obviously got a lot of talent. But just a couple of sort of mechanical issues that he's got to work with here. Learn to keep your shuttles near your troops. Learn not to put your Reaver, over a ridge where the shuttle is going to be taking free hits. And there it is, Horang2 GG's. So Stork taking out game 2 for Khan, and that will even up this match.
And one, speaking of experience and how it can really help you, especially in these slow build-up games like this. I love the way that Stork layered his attack by sending in that one Dark Templar and sort of, diverting Horang2's attention at the same time. He comes down and attacks that midsection. That was, that's what experience can get you.
Yeah, absolutely. Sort of exploiting the inexperience of Horang2 as well, just, making him pay attention in multiple places, and such a little thing as a Dragoon, like, without an armor upgrade, they're going to be one-hitting those probes, and, so he's got to really pay attention to his mini-map and see the red from his observer. Make sure he has an observer there in the first place, which luckily he did, or that DT could have just killed everything. But yeah, I mean, that's, Stork is one of the best for just that reason. He's very smart, and he's very patient and calm, and just takes his advantages and builds up on them.
So all tied up at 1-1. We're all. That's all Khan's got, right? That's the best of the best. It's going to be.
Well, yeah, certainly Stork.
Here on out.
Certainly Stork is their best player, but Khan is pretty deep. I mean, there's still Jangbi up in the lineup in set 4.
I heard a rumor that they don't like good players anymore. I heard they don't like good players.
It's
Stork
possible.
Got in the mix. Maybe he tricked them with the silver medals, and he said, "I'm not a good player."
Anywho, we're gonna go ahead and move on to game 3. Thanks for watching.